Hi everyone, we'll start shortly. Waiting for some viewers to join, then we'll start. All right, so let's start today's live session. So, welcome you all to Strike's daily live stream. For those of you who are new here, you can go to web.strike.money to try out our platform and let us know how you feel about it, how the experience is, and if you would like to see anything new there. So, without any delays, let's have a look into what the today's market session has in store for us. So before talking about what's happening today, let's take a bit just about FIDI data as of previous Friday's close. So cash market, there was not much activity. FI sold just about 90 crores and DI buying figure was around at 783 crores. If we talk about the derivatives data, then the FI part at least was actually bullish, wherein there was up to 4,000 contracts buying in index futures. There was buying in futures, stock futures. There was buying of about 50,000 contracts in index call options, and there was selling of around 17,000 index put options. So all the factors were bullish as of Friday's close. But then on the weekend, the news from the Middle East, that is the war news, hit us. So that's why we have seen a gap down opening today, but nothing much really. The index is down just about 0.5% or slightly more than that. But as of now, the extent of the fall is only that much. So let's try to see today's session now with in context to how the market is behaving. So the breadth is obviously very weak. Only 9 of the Nifty stocks are positive, and only 78 of Nifty 500 stocks are positive. If we talk about the same in FNO segment, then also majority stocks are showing short buildup, that is 117 stocks, and 44 are showing long unwinding. So the price action is down mostly. In terms of the options front, the 19500 has a highest put OI. That's why it got defended today. Nifty was slightly lower, but then the gap zone of 2 days back provided some support, and also 19500 had huge put OI. For Bank Nifty, 44,000 is a stiff resistance, and it is actually looking weaker because it broke the low that it made 2 or 3 days back. So let's just look at the charts itself and try to judge it. Yeah. So this is what I was talking about. Nifty had formed a abandoned baby bottom here and then gapped up again, and today it's gapped down. So all these are looking like star kind of candlesticks. So if I just draw the gap zone here, so this was the gap as you can see, and the gap zone has provided the support for now. If it gets filled, then it would be a weaker sign for the index in the very short term. But for now, it seems that this gap zone is a good support for the Nifty. The 10-day average also, it had crossed above it, but now again back below it. So that level again remains to be a resistance for the index. So let's look at the proprietary setup. So the two factors that were positive on 6th were the Dow trend had gone into bullish mode due to crossing this swing high, and it had closed above the 40-day average. Today again it's back below 40, so only one bullish factor on the daily chart. On the hourly, let's try to see. On the hourly also, all the factors are currently not looking positive for the Nifty index. However, if it continues to hold on to this cap zone and then the hourly RMI also reverses into bullish mode, that would be a good sign in the very short term. For the bank Nifty, as I said, it's looking weaker than the Nifty because it actually broke the low it made a couple of days back. But if we look very closely, there is a possible divergence if RSI does not make a lower low. Let's look at the setup here as well. So here we did not have anything bullish reversal or anything on the chart. So still we are waiting for confirmation on Bank Nifty. Even on the hourly chart, there is no sign as of now. So let's talk about today's sectors. So apart from IT, everything is negative today, with the biggest loser being PSU banks. IT also, the IT stocks can be affected because of the earning season, because the earnings are coming out. So let me check which all stocks have earnings lined up. I'll select Nifty stocks here. So yeah, you can see day after tomorrow, Tata Consultancy Services, that is TCS, and then day after that, HCL and Infosys have lined up their results. So these are the key results due this week from the Nifty 50 index. Pramod is asking, is Bank Nifty making an ending diagonal? Uh, so for those of you who don't follow Elliott waves, ending diagonal is a wedge kind of a pattern uh, that is formed at the end of a trend. So visually it looks like that, but then it would be a expanding kind of a pattern, but and not the contracting one. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is an ending diagonal, but yeah, the more important thing that I would like to see here is if a parallel channel continues to hold. If I draw this channel, so till the time we are within this channel, it would be comfortable to call it a correction mode or whatever. If it breaks below this, then that is when it raises the big concerns for me. But when I look at Nifty, it is still above the low it made on 4th October. So till it's still, even let apart the low, if it just holds this gap zone, it would be good enough. Okay, if you want me to check futures, okay. Yes, on futures it does look like that. I agree. Okay, so I was talking about stocks coming up with earnings. So that is that on IT, and other two indices that are marginally negative are healthcare, pharma, FMCG. So one should always keep an eye on these sectors as these are defensives. And even if the market undergoes correction, if there is a technical setup on any of these stocks, that can be looked at for short term. So let's look at the sentiment as well as diffusion indicators to see if anything big has changed there. So positioning, we won't be able to see it as of now because this data comes at end of day. Let's check it. Momentum swing. We had this positive divergence and then bounced very sharply to 78, but today again it's down very sharply back to 32. So daily swing is not doing much these days, but average swing is slowly making higher highs. So we need to see if index holds on to the critical levels or not. So with that, let me also try to see at the breadth with the diffusion indicators. So the stocks above 20-day average for the Nifty had dipped down to 14, and it had gone up to 30, and today it's consolidating back to 26. So not much sign of a worry here. It still sometimes takes time for the momentum to build up, especially with all the news around. Look at a slightly larger average, that is the 50-day, then also we are at the same level that we were a few days ago. Let's look at the percent RMI also, where we actually went very, very down. That is at 4. the only 4% stocks were giving RMI bullish signal. It went up to 14, and today it's up to 20. So this is actually a surprise. More stocks have gone into a daily bullish RMI signal on the Nifty, even because of today's action. So that is the important thing to note today. Let me look the same for 500 as well. So no, it's different for Nifty 500. The number has actually pulled down. So in that sense, it would be ideal to say that broad market may remain weaker than Nifty if the momentum starts building up in large caps. If I try to look at the same using MACD, then still only 16% of the stocks have MACD in bullish modes, which is also a oversold reading. As you can see here, all the reversals have happened this in this zone. So I have more experience with this percent RMI indicator, so we'll stick to that. Of course, the net new highs is not yet confirming because stocks may still be making new 1 month lows. So that needs some time. Let's see the scanners for today, and let's see if any new signals have been coming. So I've selected both new buy and new sell signals for the indices as well as the FNO basket stocks. So let's see if there's anything interesting. So TCS is actually giving a bullish crossover today, but this since earnings are due, I am a bit skeptical till it gets out. If somebody wants to play the strategies on results, then that can be considered using your own analysis, of course. But yeah, this is what is happening 2 to 3 days before earnings are released. The RMI indicator for the stocks is crossing over to the bullish side. I think Coforge is also IT stock. Here also it is crossing over to the bullish side. Apart from that, this one is a pharma stock. Apart from that, mostly new sell signals are there. So if you are a short side player, you need to check each setup before taking call. Let me check the same with Dow trend as well. So very only a couple of down to up reversals. Mostly these are up to down. That is trend changing from up to down because today's price action is obviously towards the lower side. So one needs to take care on the setups if there is any risk that needs to be minimized. Yeah, let's see if any significant breakdown is coming in terms of moving averages. So for me, 40-day exponential is a decent enough level to judge that. So if I'm trying to see if anything is crossing below the 40-day, that is where a key support is getting taken off. So let's just see the indices first. So the list is quite long. So this does look like a risky thing to be noticing. All the key indices are breaking back below 40-day average. So of course, what we need to wait for is the actual closing. If it closes here or not, or it recovers by the day end, that would be the main thing to look at. For Nifty, the 40-day average is looking at 19605, and broader indices like the total market and 500 are trading very close to the 40-day average. So if that acts as a support, that's what we need to see. In terms of stocks, a lot of stocks also those are crossing below the 40-day average. So this is where one needs to, be aware of the risks involved. Am I not audible? Somebody's requesting me to increase volume. I'll try. I've increased my mic volume a little, so just let me know. As I'm seeing in the candlestick scanners, a lot of stocks are actually having spinning tops or doji stars kind of pattern, which are mostly indecisive and occur at the end of a trend. So if this has to mean something, I'm not sure, but yeah, that is how it is looking as of now. Most of the patterns are spinning top or the doji stars, with one or two being hammer and a bullish engulfing. This is actually a bullish engulfing on HCL Tech. Again, one more IT stock, but it still needs to close above this level for this candlestick pattern to remain valid. Since we are still having some time to the closing, we need to see if the levels hold or not. Uh, I've received a comment from Sanjay to check DMart. Okay, I haven't looked at this chart since a while, so let me start with the monthly. So monthly, it has been consolidating since October of 2021. From then, it has been zigzagging in triangular kind of a pattern. If I try to draw it here, so this is what it's looking like on monthly, and it has protected the 40 month, and right now it's trying to cross above the 20-month average. And RMI is also looking like reversing, very close, but not yet gone into bullish mode. So monthly is indicating that a new cycle might start. If I go back to weekly, then weekly is already into bullish mode, but it's forming a zigzagging kind of price action here. So let's check the daily chart. So yeah, actually, it has given two daily cycles. If I talk about complete cycles, one started from 21st August, ended around 13th September, and then again a fresh cycle had started on 3rd or 4th of October, and now it's looking like it is retracing these gains. So mostly, I think this key levels would be the daily averages, that is 37.52 and 37.24. So if it holds on to this average, that is 3750, it can continue to go up. For that, you can maybe wait for a daily positive close or even look at hourly chart for a fresh signal. So on hourly, it has pulled back to your 40 hour and now trying to go above it. So yeah, a new cycle may start here. Of course, this is not an advice or a trading advice or an investment advice. It's just observation based on momentum indicator. Okay. Sanjay is also requesting to look at Reliance. So it's continuing its downward journey, but The RSI is now in oversold zone, that is below 30. So we need to wait for some kind of confirmation. So for confirmation, I mean to say is on the setup. So till any of the patterns give us any reversal indication, this it can continue to keep falling. So yeah, daily RMI is in sell mode. It can push to buy side even with a one strong bullish day. So, but till that happens, it's hard to say. In terms of weekly also, yeah, weekly also same thing. But more importantly, if we get a daily price cycle here, then it could mean the start of something new. As of now, there is nothing. Any other questions? Why do we not see 75 minutes? You can see 75 minutes as well. That is not a problem. In terms of if you're asking in terms of RMI cycles, then actually looking at the 60 minutes is actually better because you get that extra candle and you may get a faster signal on the RMI. Tata Steel. Jayant has message for Tata Steel. Has been consolidating, but today it's breaking the 40-day average, so not looking good. Let me go to the weekly chart. So weekly chart is also giving a sell signal on the RMI, and Dow trend has also reversed. So if it's closing below the 40-day average, that is 124.9 or broadly 125, then I would be open to a retest of the weekly averages. So 20 week is at 119.22 as of now. So a close below 125 sets it up for 120 or below. I'm waiting for more questions. If there are not more any questions, we can wrap up the session for today. So there are two more comments, three actually. So I'll just quickly look at these and wrap up today's session. One is Adani Ports. Weekly RMI has been in sell for 3 weeks. It has uh, pulling back to weekly averages. On daily, I suppose everything would be broken already. Yeah, so it's similar to other stocks. It's also breaking the 40-day average. So I think we should be looking for weekly averages now. So let's wait to see if it's able to hold weekly averages. So 20 week is at 778 and 40 week is at 763. So these are the two levels to watch out for support. There is also horizontal support visible here. If I try to draw this particular level, so let's see if it's able to take some support here or not. Another one is engineers India. Here also, weekly RMI has been into sell mode since beginning of September, and it's pulled back to 20 week already. So it's already back to 20-week average. So it's if it acts as a key support, this is a very good level for it to continue its uptrend or at least give a bounce. So we need to wait, but this would get confirmed only on weekly closing basis. So if I look at daily chart, as of now, it's making lower highs and lower lows. Not any confirmation, but yeah, since it's at 20 week, we need to watch out for any reversal patterns or something forming. If it does form anything kind of a reversal candlestick or something here, then it may be a good setup, but not as of now. There is no confirmation. And the last one for today is Mosil. So it is actually sideways since here, that is October of 2021. And just going by the look of the price action, it is looking like a triangular kind of a pattern to me. Let me draw it. Yeah. So this is looking like a triangular, very long-term triangle, uh, and it's actually a good pattern to see on a chart. But the only thing is, triangles can be both continuation patterns as well as reversal patterns. So if it's a distribution triangle, then it would actually form here, and the triangle would break downwards, and that would be scary. And if it's a continuation triangle, then it would be uh, a B C D E kind of a triangle, and it would bottom somewhere here on the trend line that is close to the lower weekly band, that is at 202.76 as of now. So I think if it comes down till here, and or even if very close to this trend line and then form some kind of a reversal pattern, it should be good. But if it breaks below this lower end, then it is quite scary. Yeah. So let's wrap up today's session. Yeah, I hope all of you are using Strike. If not, please log in to web.strike.money ASAP and let us know what you feel about all the tools, and let us know any if you have any questions on any of the tools, and if you would like to request any new features. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care.